Hi folks, you're with Tacitus today, your pushback channel, and thank you for joining this radio live stream. In this essay, I'd like to talk about organisations and groups or even media outlets that pretend or claim to be pushing back against globalisation and to be pushing back against the worst excesses of globalisation, such as the radical militarisation of gay, lesbian, transgender, feminist, race issues, and so on. Because as we know, that's all designed to tear up the social fabric of the West and to demoralise Western populations. But there's a few sort of things that I've noticed. Now, here's a news station that claims to be fighting back against globalisation, and they bring on various guests, if you like, to stand up for Western society and to fight back against claims. It could be a range of claims. Somebody trashes the British royal family, then they'll bring someone on to sort of fight, or various claims about political parties are evil, racist, Nazi, fascist Hitlers, and so on. So they do, or that the Western world is awash with misogyny and racism and all these other, again, the things that are designed only to undermine Western society and destroy our faith in one another and to demoralise us. Now, I'm looking at one here. This is a conservative political party in the West. And they've got an election coming up, and they've suddenly decided they want to embrace equity in their lineup for candidates for the election. So they just without a vote, by the way, no vote. This is just the boys, the bagman, the boys downtown have decided this. All straight white males, incidentally, have decided they're going to kick out 3 straight white males. Just get rid of them just as candidates. You're out, guys. The party's not going to support you, not going to fund you. No resources are available. You're out. Now, some of these guys may have a go as independents, but without the infrastructure and support, it's unlikely that they'll do any good. But they might. Now, so they kick out these. Just kick them out. Now, if they've gone to let's have a vote in the party room, let's have a pre-selection vote or a ballot or something like that, a democratic process. And it was decided to get rid of these guys and put in women instead, because it can only be women. It's not open to men. Then you'd say, well, okay, if there was a fair vote and the people in those electoral districts decided that that's what they want to do, okay, I accept that. I've got no problem with that. But there's 2 steps here. One is the straight white males have been just arbitrarily kicked out. You're out, buddy, gone. And this, again, a conservative political party. And then the vacancy that's ostensibly created by getting rid of these guys, just arbitrarily and unilaterally, this is only available to women. It's not available to the best candidate or it's only available to women. And so then the boys downtown then just trot out 3 women and say, these are the women you have to vote for. These are the candidates. Now, one of them, looking at one of them is, as qualified as anybody. I don't think she's the right person for this. She's just a political hack flunky, but she's been around the political process for a while. So you'd say, okay, well, at least she understands some things about it in a technical sense, at least. Then the 2 women. You wouldn't get them to sweep the floor, let alone represent the people in Parliament. So the boys downtown have just decided, and again, a conservative, or allegedly purporting to be conservative, just decided to unilaterally get rid of 3 straight white males, unilaterally install, one of them I think is a lesbian, but 2 straight white women and 1 white lesbian into the Parliament without anyone's consent, without any vote, without anything at all. It's just the machine boys downtown. Same way that the Democrat and Republican machines work in the United States. There's nothing fucking democratic about this, and yet these people are constantly lecturing us about democracy and democracy. We have to support democracy, and of course everyone else that they'll claim is against democracy. Everyone else is against democracy because they're Hitler. But this is the most flagrant abuse, in my view, of the democratic process. If the people can't decide who's to stand in the local district, the electoral district, and then vote on the people they want to represent them, there is no such thing as democracy. It's already gone. Everything else is just a fucking pretense. So yeah, that's an example here. Now, this party claims to be, we still represent the people. We represent the rule of law and all that. But when you actually break it down, they don't. They're pretending to. They're pretending to be an opposition or alternative to the globalist controlled party, but really they're globalist controlled, very much so. And they go through silly pieces of theatre to pretend otherwise. But when you look at events such as this, then you're just fucking globalist controlled. Don't shit me. Now, here's a news outlet. And by the way, just before I finish on that, all those female candidates, given their public pronouncements, they're all big believers in mass migration, big believers in the climate change activism, and also, if you look at all the jobs they've had, it's all been cozy backroom patronage deals. They've never had to get a job, never had to get by on their skills and abilities. It's always been gifted to them through the administrative party machine. Now, looking at here's a TV station or a media station. They're online and they've TV and they've got some print material as well. And they're fighting back against the wokeism and the vanquishing of white society, all around. And so they bring in these people. So the person they bring in to interview to be the defender of Western institutions is a Pakistani with a Pakistani accent, and who makes a rather unconvincing case in my view. But could you? He's gay. Could you not find a straight white male somewhere to do this, who is sufficiently erudite to make the point and shoot holes in the other side and to defend Western institutions? Do we have to have a gay Pakistani? Then another one is a Middle Eastern, somebody from the Middle East, who's a man who's Islamic and very proudly Islamic, who just thinks, well, the West is going down the wrong course. Why would you hate your own society, your own civilization? Seems silly to me. And but if that's what you guys in the West want to do, it's up to you. I don't really care. But that's the half-hearted bullshit person they get into to support or to fight back against British civilization or Western civilization being trashed. Then there's the propaganda that's around. So they get some Lebanese. I'm not sure she's a lesbian, but looks a bit like she is. But then get some Lebanese woman to come in and say a few words about how the propaganda is getting worse and so on. Again, so all these, I'm having a look at all these people who are in the guy doing the show is he's white, but he's a homosexual, and not that in itself is a problem, but again, can't you find a straight white male anywhere to do this? You're at the cutting edge of contentious culture wars, and you can't find a straight white male anywhere to either come on the show or to combat the show, host the show, or to be involved, or even the reporters out in the field are gay or black or anything but white. So to me, these so-called these organisations that are purporting to fight back against the globalisation onslaught, they're not doing anything of the sort. if you want to look at it, oh, well, they're fighting back as global, but they're too frightened to have a straight white male on the program. I mean, what a load of bullshit. You're being tasked us to your pushback channel, and thank you for listening.